Good morning everyone, this is Sandy from Talk of Thailand, and today we're off on the hunt for the famous Thai fruit, the durian. It's the beginning of the harvesting season for it, and we're going down to a neighbouring province, Rayong, and we're going to go and see if we can buy a truckload of durian for onward sales. So if you're interested, please keep watching and see how it goes. Take care. Well, here we are. We're heading down in the direction of Rayong. I was told before we left that it was actually in Rayong that we were going, but as it transpires it's not. It's actually in Chantaburi, which is a bit further on from Rayong. However, it's the same direction, and today I'm trying out the new stretch of motorway from Pattaya down to Rayong, and I've never been down it before, and it's interesting to see what it is. It goes to all points east. That you see Ko Chi Chan, the image on the mountain, and some nice views on the way down too. You can also go to Jomtien, cut off the Jomtien beach from this motorway, but we're heading all the way down, and it's significant to say that this is a toll road, actually, this new road, and it costs from where we joined it in Pattaya all the way down to the last exit on the motorway. It cost 30 baht, which isn't too bad actually, and I suppose it took about 25 minutes on that motorway to get down. However, I would say that it wasn't our best choice, because we could have went on the Route 36, which bypasses Rayong actually and comes out on the Chantaburi side of Rayong, and it cuts out a lot of the towns and traffic that we experience today, because the motorway actually dumps you straight into the middle of Ban Chang, and then the road from Ban Chang down to Rayong is a very busy road with lots of traffic lights, and not the best road to go down. So it was a learning curve, and I wouldn't use this road again. It's a nice scenic road, and but it's not as fast as I thought it was going to be. And in future, if we go back down here, I would use the Route 36, which is much better actually. So you can see the roads are pretty dead, but we are presently in a semi-lockdown, although we're not supposed to say lockdown situation, but Pattaya is in the high-risk super red zone, and they did initially announce that travel out of the province was not going to be allowed. And then I heard on one of the news stations that they'd set up police roadblocks, but the police weren't happy, along with whoever else had to go there to man these roadblocks to check people going out, just in case the people going out did have COVID and they were subjected to maybe catching it. So they've now withdrawn these checkpoints, and they've said, okay, please don't travel if you don't have to. Well, I have to put my hands up. Actually, we didn't really need to travel today, except that it is an opportunity, a small business opportunity for my wife, and we will be very careful, and we'll be out and back in again as quickly as we can. It's about a 2-hour drive actually, going. It's 120 kilometers going this way. About the same coming back on the Route 36, but the Route 36. So today here in the car with me is my wife, who's doing the driving as usual, along with my daughter and my wife's sister-in-law, Kundao. And Kundao's got her own little shop in Pattaya, and they're going to work it between my wife and Kundao, how they're going to move this durian on once they've purchased it. My daughter's still here because of the lockdown. All the schools are closed, But the schools would be closed anyway, because this is the summer holidays for the schools in Thailand, and they would have been going back, probably would have been going back next week, but that is at the moment is on hold till at least the 1st of June, and will probably go out quite a bit after that, I would expect, but we'll see about that. Anyway, let's turn our thoughts to the mission in hand, durian. When I came to Thailand, actually back in the 90s, I'd never ever heard of this fruit, and the hotel room, when I got my hotel room in the Ambassador City Hotel at Jom Tien, inside the door, immediately you went in from my room, there was a big sign saying, "Please do not bring durian into your room." I had no idea what durian was, and some suspicions went through my mind. Maybe it's a Thai expression for bar ladies, or something similar, or maybe even worse. For me, anyway, what would be worse would be lady boys. I thought maybe it's telling you not to bring these sort of people back to your room. I did eventually ask somebody, what's this durian, and why are you not allowed to bring them to your room? And they said, oh, it's because they smell so bad. They've got a terrible, terrible smell. And I thought, it is lady boys. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't really say that, I'm joking. No, they did explain to me it's a fruit durian, and it had a terrible smell, and it stank out everywhere. It ended up. So I've seen now many places it's banned. You're not allowed to take it on airplanes and your hand luggage and etc. In many places you're not allowed, in public buildings you're not allowed to take it. So it's a very, very obnoxious smelling fruit. That's what I can say. I hadn't really, for some time when I was in Thailand, I didn't actually get a chance to actually smell the fruit, but when I did, I could see what they meant. Real yuck. Years ago, when I was discussing this with my wife, she told me she did not like durian either because of the very bad smell. But it was some time later that we were visiting a Swenson ice cream here in Pattaya, and Swenson's at various times of the year they use the fruits that are coming into season, mangoes and unfortunately durians, to produce a seasonal ice cream. And this particular visit, they did have the durian ice cream on offer, and it surprised me when my wife actually ordered one of these up. When it came to the table, she persuaded me, hey, it may be a good idea to taste this, just to see what it's like. Well, she gave me a spoonful, and the smell was horrible, and when I tasted it, it really made me want to throw up. To me, it was absolutely horrible. The smell had seemed to intertwine itself with the taste, and it was a really pungent, horrible experience. However, I noted that my wife, not wanting to waste money, said she found it horribly also, but she managed to polish it all off to save any waste. She, my wife, for someone who dislikes this awful fruit, I have noted on several occasions now she has managed to polish off sizable chunks of the fruit. Maybe her taste buds have changed. Maybe. Anyway, this horribly smelly, grotesque fruit has apparently been crowned the king of fruits here in Thailand. And from mid-May, about now, for a couple of months it's in season and it's harvested. And in Chanthaburi actually is one of the first places in Thailand where it becomes in season, followed quite closely by Rayong actually, and that's why we're heading down. Last week my wife's sister-in-law, Kundao, she managed to buy 50 kilograms of this stuff, and she had managed to sell it all on at a nice margin within 2 days, and this is why they embarked on the idea of maybe buying a truckload of the stuff and putting it out together. So why not? If it makes them a bit of pocket money, very good, and I'll be very happy with that. They tend to sell it from Dow's shop and also from the back of our pickup parked in the streets in different places, but obviously they'll have to take a lot of care with the COVID protection, etc. The durian itself, I'm told that there is more than 30 varieties of fruit, and some are more highly regarded than others. The highly pungent odour from the fruits also varies in intensity depending on the variety. I've been told that there is one place near Bangkok listen to this one, where there is a farm that has one special tree, just the one tree, that is over 25 years old and has the best durian anywhere in the world. Unfortunately, the other trees of the same variety were all destroyed by fire. Really? Anyway, fruits from this one tree can sell for over 12,000 baht. 12,000 baht per kilogram. That's a lot of money. That's 300 pounds. That is about $400 a kilogram. I think ownership of this tree must be a very well respected and successful marketing manager somewhere in Bangkok, I think. It was rumoured in the newspapers some years ago that China liked Thai durian so much that, this was about 4 or 5 years ago, that the Chinese were going to purchase the total production of all Thailand's durian at a good market price. And this resulted in the price of the local fruit being sold locally at a much higher price, which annoyed a lot of Thai people and it caused a lot of complaints at the time. It seems like the COVID has put an end to all those Chinese monopolies anyway, so it doesn't really matter now. As I said, the season lasts about 2 months, so if my wife and her sister-in-law can benefit from the local demand, all well and good. I just hope it's understood that, like the sign in the hotel, I do not want any of that smelly durian in my house. Oh, and I don't want ladyboys also. Anyway, thank you for watching. As you can see, we've arrived at the market. I've seen several trucks obviously coming from the orchards themselves, dropping fruit off here. And we heard from somebody that travelled down the day after us to buy some fruit, and there was virtually none left here, and at the moment there's mountains of the stuff. So anyway, that's the story of the durian, and it's very, very popular here in Thailand. It's not my taste, and if you ever get the opportunity to taste it, then it's worth trying, but do it with caution and be prepared for what you're going to experience. I'm told by many that once you get used to it, it's a very, very delicious, creamy, sweet taste, but I'd rather not get used to it, I think. So anyway, as I say, thank you for watching, and it's an experience, and I hope my wife does well with it. So take care, keep away from this COVID thing, and bye for now.